Another key development out of Egypt is the final part of court proceedings against former President Hosni Mubarak. The trial is due to begin on Thursday. CCTV's Adel Mahrouky joins us live now from Cairo for more on that. Adel, can you talk us through what's likely to happen in court tomorrow?
Well, basically, it's the beginning of the final round for the Mubarak trial, what many describe here in Egypt as the trial of the century. The former president was accused of ordering the death or the killing of over 800 protesters back during the 2011 January uprising. Mubarak has faced a life sentence in the first trial. He appealed the verdict. It was accepted, and then he was acquitted in the retrial. Now, this is very important starting tomorrow because it's the beginning of the final round. The Court of Cassation will be investigating this case. It should not take many time as what we've seen in the past years. Since 2011, Mubarak has been in trials on numerous cases. This is the final case that he's facing. Now, there are many expectations about what would happen tomorrow if everything proceeded regularly, as if the court is scheduled to be held here in downtown Cairo, and if all the defendants attend, then it should be a continuation of the procedural meeting after hearing the demands of the lawyers about 6 weeks or 2 months ago. The trial will proceed normally. The court should listen to the defense and the defendants, and then in a few sessions it should end this entire hassle of the Mubarak trial and give him the final verdict. Whatever the court decides within the coming weeks will be final. No further appeals will be expected. But there are some issues about whether if the court is held in its headquarters here in downtown Cairo, the Interior Ministry says it will not be able to secure the former president, which indicates they might not send him to the trial, which could lead to another delay in the procedures of the trial itself. So it's still not clear, because we used to see Mubarak being held in trial in the police academy, a very secure located area on the outskirts or beyond the downtown Cairo area, but the Court of Cassation refused to move from its headquarters. It had never went out before, so it's quite untraditional for it to do this, and that's what we're seeing to do until the early morning. We will be checking whether the procedures are moving on schedule and whether the former president will appear in court here in downtown Cairo or not.
And yet, Adel, this is a process that's gone on for years now. Do Egyptians still care? But what happens to Hosni Mubarak?
Honestly, it's not been gaining the same attention that it used to get back in 2011. The entire retrial has been described by many Egyptians as a mock trial, as sort of a play just made to give the former president and his acquaintances, give them the acquittal or an innocent verdict. And that's what many believe that this final verdict will be or would result to. So in any case, this has made many Egyptians lose the interest in following up the case. But again, many stress that this is not necessarily the case. The judiciary in Egypt should be an independent entity, and it should gain. So there might be a little more interest about this round because it's the final round, and it's definitely the fate that no one can argue about with the judiciary. So it might be gaining more interest than what we've seen in the retrial, but still it's not as big or as enough to get the entire society here focused on following the trial day by day.
All right, Adel Mahrouky live in Cairo for us. Thank you.